Hi everyone. So I didn't expect you to do your t-shirt mock-ups until this week. You were only required to do one PSD mock-up last week, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about t-shirt mock-ups. So the first thing that I would do is I would get a t-shirt template. And I would design with that t-shirt template in mind. And so I tend to prefer AI, which is an Illustrator template. And so if I go to images and find a free vector t-shirt, and the reason why I choose vector is because I can change the color and get a sense. And so it doesn't need to be, super exciting. I'm going to download this and I'll talk about that in a minute. The other thing that I would do is, all right, I'm just making sure I have my template. The other thing that I would do is go and look at art specs. So I have Googled t-shirt specs, and I came across the first one that I saw worked, so I'm going to click on that. And the reason why I'm suggesting you look at this is because these are the kinds of things that you can expect in terms of getting things printed. So these are really important. You can see that girl size, you really only have small 11 by 18 that you can work with. That's a lot of space. That takes you down to the belly button. The belly button's kind of an awkward space in t-shirts. I encourage you to stay well above the belly button unless your design relates to the stomach. So there's that, and those are rectangular, but I encourage you not to work with rectangular shapes or shapes that are, well, actually you can work with rectangular shapes, but I would encourage you not to necessarily work from, uh, you know, I would not just encourage you to put your rectangular poster on this. You should think about it and make it work in a t-shirt space, much like we're doing with our stickers. So the other thing, when you're turning this in, I think you should do it as a PSD shirt mock-up. So go ahead and look for those. You'll find free ones everywhere. You know that FreePix is not free, but that's typically where I get all of my PSD mock-ups. Let me know if you're having a hard time finding those. So let's go ahead and open this t-shirt template. So again, you would post your Photoshop work on this t-shirt template in Illustrator. And the reason why I work in Illustrator when first designing is because then I can create whatever color I want. So I can come in here and let's say I want a lavender t-shirt. And so we can see what the work looks like on lavender. This is actually a nice template because all I have to do is change the color. If on a black t-shirt, you might go in and change those subtle references for the collar and stuff to white, but I'm not going to have to do that now. So the things that you want to know are, if you're designing a t-shirt, and let's go and look at the project sheet. And I know she was kind of in a lucky situation where her work faded to black, but I do have examples up. So these are the examples of her poster. You can see that she has manipulated this so that not everything is showing here, and so everything moves to black. and she's doing front back. You don't have to do front back. I'm okay with just one graphic image. When people get tour shirts, they don't necessarily always, it's not always important for them to know where the tour went, but you can see that she didn't just put this rectangle on this, that she found a way to clip the art so that it is blending to the t-shirt and it's just not this great big rectangle. Now, if you're not in a situation where you can easily do this, you could put the graphic in a circle and then have the type working off the circle, and that could relate, for example, to your sticker. But there are solutions. Don't just put your rectangle on top of your t-shirt. You can see that this is a PSD mock-up where it looks like it's on an actual tee, as opposed to the Illustrator where you might start working and get an idea of what things are working or looking on like in an actual tee. You can see that we're staying well away from the edges, staying away from the stomach, and you can't print over these seams. So anytime you get close to this seam, you're running the risk of having really horrible errors while printing, and it'll cost more because they'll have to basically throw that t-shirt away. All right, thank you. Bye.